Guys, this is Ross Algar, and you are watching Armored Warfare. And I am actually on the European server. I don't know if anybody has ever noticed, but you can't get a player versus player game anymore on the North American server. Now, granted, I typically play during the week when everybody is either in school or at work, but here I'm actually on the European server, and it's 9 p.m. or 9 a.m. Eastern Time here. And as you can see, I actually got some people on the European server. It's about probably noon, 1 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. Or no, it'd still be today. But so a little better crowd there, but still not a lot. I've been in the queue for about a minute and a half here. But let's see what kind of action I get. Now, I had an interesting scare about a week ago, and I was going to post a video about it, but when I discovered that I had actually accidentally logged into the European server, I found that all my tanks were missing. And I had grinded up my way to where I just started getting into tier 5, and I was rather upset about it, but I didn't realize that I was on the European server, so consequently I never posted that rant. But okay, we're at 2 minutes now here, and so hopefully we'll get into battle in a little bit. But this was probably the only premium Armored Warfare tank I got when I first logged into the game and bought the kit. It was because they're offering a Type 59 Legend. Of course, I come to find out that later the dealers, the third dealer they put in the game, Zheng Feng, actually offers you a Type 59, which after it's fully upgraded is much better, in my opinion, than the premium version, Type 59 Legend that they gave you. The one advantage with the Type 50 Legend is that you do have a completely fitted crew. Now here, I went ahead and did hull traverse, ramming damage for my driver, turret traverse, and peak accuracy for the gunner. And the loader got rate of fire increased by 2.5%, and the ammo swap speed by 20%. And oh my gosh, guys, really, come on, can I get into a battle, please? Going on 3 minutes now. So I actually tried to do even PvE last night around 9 a.m. And there were a few people on, but I just wasn't getting into a game. And for whatever reason, I can guarantee you, if I go to the North American server now here in that hour, there won't be anybody, and I mean absolutely no one, in the player versus player battle queue. Now, that is something that struck me as quite interesting because on the North American server, I mean, World of Tanks, of course, is just extremely popular uh, in North America, but it's not nearly as popular as in the Commonwealth of Independent States, Russia, and on the European server. And it's got room to grow. But there, for a while, when I first started playing Armored Warfare, I mean, these player versus player battles were absolutely full, and you had no problem doing it. I think with all the changes that occurred with Obsidian, there were some unbalanced issues, and a lot of people thought that the feel of and I have to agree with this, the feel of the player versus player combat just wasn't the same. For something World of Tanks does a little better for some reason. However, it was just different. It didn't have the same feel, but it was just different. And my success in that tank in player versus player actually was uh, not quite that good. Now, okay, so we're going on 5 minutes now. We still don't have a game. There's only 5 people in queue. But I can guarantee you if I went to the North American server, there'd be absolutely nobody in here. So, okay, here's some people that went tier 5s now. Now they're out. We decided, okay, this isn't going to work. Okay, the tier 1 left. Now he's back. Yeah, it's going to be hard to get a tier 1 battle at player versus player. It's going to be a lot easier. Okay, so now this guy's trying tier 4, it looks like. Put a little closer to the match spread. If you've never looked at Armored Warfare, it's actually got some interesting things going for it. There are some problems, of course, which are being addressed in what is going to be the Balance 2.0, in which they change a few things about how the tanks operate. But if you've never played this particular game, basically you have three basic types of ammunition. And it's a little different from World of Tanks and how armor works, because most of your armor is now on the front. Give you an example here, if I can find where my armor is. Yeah, here we go. So, if you take a look at armor, right? Either you've got your hull modifiers, you got a steel hull, and depending on how your armor works, it may be vulnerable to certain types of shells. Like, if I wanted to see how it does against armor piercing, normally I'd be able to click here, but since it really is effective against the same of all shell types, very depending on the type of ammo impacting your vehicle. So you got armor piercing, right? Which, similar to like it is in World of Tanks, it scores and deals moderate damage. The penetration score of these rounds decreases at long range, and it's best against armored targets such as main battle tanks, right? Of course, the front armor on modern tanks is superior to that of the sides or the rear. If you look at the turret especially, you can see this. Like here on the Type 59 Legend, it's 135 in the front, 100 to the side, 60 in the rear. The turret's 240 in the front, 180 on the sides, 60 in the rear. And then you've got, of course, high explosives. Now, it doesn't need to penetrate. You basically just need to impact. And the ammunition is decreased based on the target largest armor thickness at the point of impact. So this is really good against weak spots. And you cannot be. This is great for penetration for other ammunition types. Now, there is, however, armor in this game that is really effective against high explosive, such as spaced armor and what is called reactive armor, which you can actually see later in the game, or starting around tier 4, or no, it's actually, let's see, last time I encountered the spaced armor, or the reactive armor, excuse me, was the Zhen Feng at tier 3, right, fully upgraded. So you can actually start to see that. Then you've got the high explosive anti-tank rounds, which of course, if you're familiar with World of Tanks, you know this weapon system very well. It's a shape charge, and it does more damage than armor penetrating ammunition, but it has lower penetration and several types of armor designed to render it ineffective. It's best against light vehicles, armored personnel carriers, light tanks that don't have any countermeasures for it. So the other thing in this game, there are anti-tank missiles in this game, something World of Tanks doesn't have. You can also use smoke grenades, something that World of Tanks doesn't have. Artillery in this game is quite a bit different. Of course, you don't really get into artillery till you get into tier 4 and in Armored Warfare. And the view is quite a bit different. Maybe I'll look at that a little later. Okay, well, I said 7.5 minutes. Alright, let's go ahead and get out of here. We're not having much success here, but let's try a PvE battle. So I just wanted to see what the server population was here in the afternoon. Okay, wow, look at that. That's even better than the North American server. Okay, let's see what kind of mission we get here. I guess everybody's doing their morning grind. Operation Basilisk, okay, and let's see, we've got a light tank, which is indicated by a circle, 3 main battle tanks along with myself, which are by a solid diamond, and a tank destroyer, which is a solid rhombus there, or triangle. Rhombus. Oh my gosh. Yeah, a little difference between a rhombus and a triangle. Okay, here we go. Okay, our goals are to recover the plutonium and secure the facility 4. Now, this is probably one of the best maps here. Listen to those engines. See, oh, great, I got the lead. Fantastic.
Company we spotted laser pro forces loading dangerous materials on cargo trucks. They're jamming our satellites. We need eyes on the ground. Get in there and stop them before they get away.
Damn it. Wow, what a time to do this, huh? Okay, so if you get into this, we're going to... see, here are all my tanks. You can imagine how I felt when I... here's a Type 69 now. And you can see the difference between my premium tier 3 and this is the reactive armor that you see here. So if we were to pull up the stats on this, you can see I've got 240 at the front. Same kind of armor now, right? And as you can see, the turret modifiers and the hull modifiers against all ammunition are well on it. So this is a great, well-rounded tank. Now, what does the reactive armor do, you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked. So here's what it actually does. If I hover over to the Type 79 era armor grade, the 69 offers numerous technological improvements but remains the same all-steel construction and sloped armor of its predecessor. So basically, this is damage reduction. Is what that does. And then I've got a internal hull reinforcement on top. So this is one tough tank. Let alone the stock armor on it is pretty tough as well. I mean, it can still be penetrated, of course. I mean, unfortunately, but you like my little logo there? Commander Smiles, yeah. And then I've always got the 2016 in the back. Those I actually own in this server. But as you can see, it's rather comparable to... The upside of the Type 59 Legend, of course, was that you got a completely full crew. And, you know, if you look at the armor again, I mean, the stats are comparable, although it's... the actual Tier 4 version is a lot beefier. So let's go here and we'll take a look at what's going on in player versus player battles. And as you can see, oh my god, there's somebody else in here. Wow. That's unusual. Yeah. Operation Cavalry. Alright, we got 3 main battle tanks and 2 lights. Well, alright, 2 of these guys are divisioned. I don't play the Type 59 Legend a lot. Okay, this is one of the early games you get a low tier cavalry. You gotta secure the downed aircraft. Yeah, each time you play the map for the first time, there's a little introduction, but after that, they don't bore you with that. Okay, let's see if we can
Black Company, we're going up against the Lions of Neckweal
right
here. We've received intel that the area may be littered with SAM sites. If that's the case, our jets are in trouble.
The SAM site. Oh, I'm spotted. Uh-oh.
Black Company, change of plans. Our plane's been receiving intel from their hard drive about the Lions. Find the plane, get the intel, and see if there are any survivors.
Tracked him again.
Intel was right. That's got to be one of the SAM sites targeting our plane. Take them all out.
No, I don't like to waste ammo, so I'm just going to ram it. Spotted again. Oh, missed. Yeah, you notice I didn't let the aiming reticle fully bloom. Oh, we got away. Goodbye. Oh. Darn it. target.
Lock on.
Load AT.
I'm gonna load HE.
Loader HE.
Okay, I've got problems here. Get away.
Target's gone.
Oh, there he is. Yeah. Get up here into the battle. Stop. Bird.
Loader AT.
Ah, damn it. Got it.
Good work. You've cleared the skies for us. Careful in there. It's the Lions of Nequil Town, so proceed with extreme caution. There's no telling what they might do. Load AT. Load HE.
Target lock on. Target's gone.
Loader HE. Ammo up. Load HE. Loader HE. Load heat. Load heat. Loader heat. Protect the plane. We've accessed the hard drive remotely, but need time to
I'm gonna
download
get up
the
here and
intel.
help out my friend. Well, can't call him my friend, I don't know who he is, but my teammate. Oh, I got 3 kills, really? I'm gonna get on the game. Oh, here.
Intel's been downloaded. Thanks, Black Company. You have no idea how important it is to stop the Alliance.
Alright, there's a successful game. Let's see how we did. Okay, 3 kills, 2 assists. Not bad. And of course, I don't have a premium account right now, so lost a third of what I could have made, but yeah, let's say no friendly losses. That's pretty good. Well, let's take the Tier 4 version of this Type 59 out. This is the... Where'd it go here? Where'd it go here? Wait, let's see. No, dealers. Is that Tier 3? That was a Tier 3. Okay, yeah. And let's see, there it is, right there. Okay, so I was wrong. There's no reactive armor on that. But this is the same type of attack vehicle as the Type 59. Now, this is the, now as you can see here, this is a little different. Of course, you got, in one sense, you're fully upgraded. You got a 100mm Type 59. You got a laser rangefinder and auto fire suppression, right, along with its normal tech. But here, of course, you get an armor slot. You get a fire control system that you don't get with this Type 59 Legend. And then there are other things. You can become battle hardened. So, I mean, in the end, this particular tank ends up being a slightly little superior than to the Type 59 Legend. So let's take this out and see how we do with it. Of course, the advantage of the premium is that you'll make more money with it. Of course, you really do well by upgrading to a premium account, but I've been holding off and spending money on this game until I see whether or not the finished product on this after the Balance 2.0 is really going to work. Basically, what they're redoing how damage works. They're moving to a model similar to World of Tanks, where the amount of damage that's done by a tank is dependent upon the size of the gun, and they're going to keep it consistent that way. And then as you go up in tier, of course, and there's differences in reaction time and aiming time, etc. But the overall damage to the gun will be based upon its size and the ammo size of the round and where it penetrates. It's similar to World Tanks. And that's what Mine.com was wanting all along, but Obsidian had that idea, but they had some other things that Mail RU that owned Mine.com that they just didn't want. They wanted a clone of World of Tanks, basically. And some of those ideas that Mine.com has aren't bad ideas. They're actually going to really make the game better in a lot of ways and be competitive with World of Tanks again. And I think that's where a lot of the player base has gone. They're just kind of a wait-and-see attitude. And there's still a lot of players who got mad about Obsidian being fired because they had some great ideas. Not all of them. Their ideas as far as bases go were kind of lame, but
go get them.
Alright, now I'm going to let the other tanks there take care of the... Where's he going? Great. No.
Those bastards, they're stealing our ordnance. Don't let those helicopters take off. Better it's destroyed than fall into enemy hands.
Target locked on. Target locked.
Spotted. Who spotted me? Good job, boys.
Identify target. Hostile tank. Target locked on.
Enemies approaching Gulf 7. Don't let them near our ordnance.
Identified. Hostile
Holy
tank.
shit.
locked on. Identified. Hostile. Target locked.
Jesus.
Incoming on. Track damage. Target destroyed. Incoming. Driver move. Load up,
Shit.
target locked on.
Well done. Now don't let them steal our missiles.
Ammo up.
Hostile forces converging at Delta 7. We'll take care of their cargo planes. Keep them distracted.
Okay, I'm gonna repair her. Hey, that's a good bunker. Spotted. You spotted me. Reassuring.
Identified. Hostile. Tank. Target locked on. Target locked.
Still spotted.
Target locked. Load heat.
All
That's
right,
game.
the SAMs are taking out their cargo planes. Good work, Black Company.
My lower tiers here. Of course, you've got armored personnel carriers, which don't exist in World of Tanks. You've got light tanks. You've got these wheeled tank destroyers, which is also something that don't exist. You've got your light tanks there with and this is your, your armored personnel carrier. And this is your light tank, followed by the hollowed out diamond symbol. Technically that's a light tank, but you got a wheeled tank destroyer here. Here we go, starting at tier 3. So you've got the difference just between like pretty much everything in World of Tanks is a tracked vehicle. However, there are armored vehicles that have wheels, like the light tank here, the LAV-150, which is based on a prototype of a Marine design. And then you've got, of course, your main battle tanks. Here's the Patton 48. Now you find this at the higher tiers of World of Tanks as far as mediums go. And then you've got your heavy tank here, M60, and you got your Leopard. But if you look at, well, I don't want to look at let's look at your dealers here. Of course, she specializes, now Wolfie here, specializes in your European and American battle tanks. You start off with an M113, you immediately move up to the Patton 48 and the LAV-150. And then once you've unlocked those, then you can start unlocking tier 3. So it's very similar in that concept to World Tanks. You have to have so many battles in a particular tank and have so much money, of course, to buy it, which is a little bit different from World Tanks. Then you got Shishkin. Now he concentrates more on your European main battle tanks and Russian make, etc. Although with some exception, there's some Italian and American armor here, high caliber light armor vehicles like you'll recognize the Sheridan from World Tanks. Then you got artillery, the M109. You've also got some fire support vehicles like the BMDs and the AMX platforms. There's some French tanks in here. Some of these are, of course, mainly, now the one main difference here, the Chieftain 5 is also in the Shuskin support line, but as you can see, you can go and you get at the tier 10 are the more modern vehicles here. If we go to Wolfie, you can actually see you can get the Leopard, the XM1A3, M1A2, okay, the main battle tank, that's the United States. And, oh wow, this is really a fun game, and it's kind of sad to see that so many people have gotten away from the player versus player aspect, although I personally didn't find that very fun. I found it more challenging than World of Tanks, in all honesty, simply because the spotting ranges were quite a bit different. Now here's my Leopard 1. This is at tier 3. That's a really beautiful tank. It's a lot of fun. But here at tier 5, which I've actually managed to upgrade, I got this interesting vehicle here called the Fox, and I don't have this fully upgraded yet. At some point I'll be able to get missiles on this, which I thought, well, there should be a missile package here somewhere. No? Why was I thinking there were a missile package on this? Alright, well, this thing is fun. Let's take this out for a spin. I'm going to do medium carnage. Now, you don't get, as far as contracts go, you start off pretty much everything doing easy. As you get into the lower mid-tiers, 3 and 4, you can start doing medium contracts. You don't start to get to do the hard contracts till you get into tier 6. So it's a bit of a grind to get into the higher paying modes. Now, the one thing where Armored Warfare really excels is player versus environment, where you have a cooperative team all working for the same goal and you're assisting each other. And so it's a little more friendly than World of Tanks, where it's not as brutal in that aspect. You don't see losses a whole lot. You don't see team kills a whole lot. And other kind of just blatant noobery, to coin a term. But it's a really a fun player versus environment game, and I think the PvP had some challenges, but hopefully the balance 2.0 will put more people out in PvP to see how it works. Operation Kodiak. All right, this is where we've got to see support from the People's Liberation terrorist group. Okay, so I'm going to try to focus on capturing the comm stations.
Black Company, there isn't any time to lose. The PLM is determined to capture this port. It's a strategic location that is essential for travel through this region. Do not let him gain a foothold here. They're still going to the cargo terminal. Stop them! Those comm stations. That's how they advance so quickly here. Black Company, recapture them.
Incoming, driver, move!
We nailed it!
They hit us hard!
Enemy destroyed.
Identified.
Hostile tank.
They hit us hard!
Enemies converging at the helipad. Do not let them land their birds here.
Identified.
Hostile tank. No effect.
Identified.
Hostile.
Good work. I wasn't sure that you'd have time to get those stations back.
Target eliminated. Enemy destroyed.
Identify target.
Awesome, thanks.
Loader AT. Loader AT.
Stay sharp, Black Company. PLM forces headed to the dry dock. They could go naval if they capture that area. Get over there!
Loader, Sabo. Load Sabo. Load Sabo.
Jump in. No effect.
Loader, Sabo. Loader, AT. Load, AT. Identify target.
Awesome, thanks.
Loader, AT. Loader, AT. Loader, AT.
Good work,
Oh, it was a
Black
good
Company.
game. So you can see it, Tier 5 gets a little more precarious. Now, I made a mistake here. I went into battle without a fully equipped tank. I didn't have any repair kit. Yeah, not good. We're going to take care of that here as soon as we get back into the garage, and we'll call it a day here for Armored Warfare. This is Ross Algar. And sorry I haven't put up a video. I've been crazy busy with work. They decided they wanted to go to 6 days, and then now they're back to 5. And yeah, just crazy. Okay, well, 9 assists, 9 spotted. Did I have any kills? Okay, 5 kills. That's not bad. 9 assists, 9 spotted. That's actually a pretty decent game. So, 50,987. Look what I could have got with premium. Oh, God, it just kills me. But, yeah, so here you got your consumables, see? And this is what I should have done before I went into battle here. I want a repair kit. And course, a medical kit. And we want a fire extinguisher. Let's see here. Now, let's just do that. I just want a small field kit here. I don't want to use up those. And then, do I have any retrofits? I've got one unlocked right now. What would be a good one for this one? Let's see. Enhanced sight interface. What's my view range on this right now? Look at my stats. Where's my view range? Max speed, ultraverse. I don't see it. View range, okay, 465 meters. Let's go. Meters. Let's see, let's do augmented optics. Okay. And aside from that, let's take a look at if we can do any upgrades here. I can do some. I can go ammunition. I probably really need a new, well, I don't have enough for that. I could fit another technology slot. Let's do that. Okay. And go back to our garage here where we're going to upgrade. And let's see here. Let's do the enhanced sight interface. Yeah, we'll want tier 2 here, Mark 2. Give me a little more information on any targets. Okay, so let's see how that improves my view range now. Let's look at the stats. What did we say it was before? Yeah, oh my god, 501. Fantastic. Look at that. Of course, I don't really have a lot in the way of defense. Look at that hull armor. Oh my god. Yeah, you're paper thin in this. Paper thin. I don't really have any camo in there. Of course, camo costs gold. And if you wanted to customize, you go here. And you get, of course, you can have your decals. But if you go to camo, you see most of this costs gold. You can do 7 days. It's 100,000. You get 30 days, which is about 200,000. But that's a lot of money. And this is what, purchase for current vehicle, or you can purchase for, or for $1 million, yeah, you can have it permanent. Or you can just buy gold, but $1 million's a lot to go on. And meanwhile, you got these free camo types here. So, yeah. So right now, since I'm not putting any money into the game, I just got the basic colors, which, I mean, you could do okay with that if you just play smart. But anyway, take a look at Armored Warfare and see how it's doing. And, of course, the health of the game, as far as North America, it's great in PvE. It's not so much in player versus player battles. As you can see, I'm the only one there in the queue. And it's, 10 in the morning on a Thursday? So, anyway, I hope that turns around. Hope you enjoyed the video. If there's anything else you'd like or see, just let me know. Again, this is Ross Algar, and you're watching Armored Warfare. Please tune in to the Twitch TV channel on Sundays at 6 p.m. for Iron Man XCOM 2 series that I do, live broadcasts, no recordings. Every decision I make is final in that game. And it's coming along nicely. Had a good run last weekend, and hope you come out and see me for that. Of course, come back here, check out the channel, see what you do. I'm probably going to expand a little bit from just games a little bit. Armored Warfare. I'm going to take a look at a few others. I know the games that are popular right now just are not what I'm typically interested in, so like Ghost Recon. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't really care for those kinds of games. But if there's anything you'd like to see, anything you'd want to care to comment on, let me know. And thanks for watching. Have a great day.